day in Philadelphia.
During that period, I'm thinking around 1.6 billion.
Hello, did I lose you guys?
Isn't great.
I think I lost connection.
45, I think, or around there.
If anybody's out there, say hello as I travel these snowy streets of Philadelphia. Welcome to Scattershot 8 Live Sunday morning. It is a beautiful snowy day in Philadelphia. Thank you for joining me. All my subscribers, my 1 seconders, my 10 seconders, my newbies, my oldies. We are just having a ball right now.
That's coming up on KYW News Radio.
It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning in Philadelphia.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Reach your savings
Not
goals
too
for
bad.
credit
Just a
unions,
little
certificates, and
flurries.
IRAs with terms from 3 to 60 months, including 9 or 12-month certificate at 3.81% APY. You'll earn interest for the full term and maximize your earning potential. Prefer flexibility? Our high-yield savings account earns 3.15% APY. For the proactive, for the people, not for profit. Visit AmericanHeritage.org/savings to learn more. Insured by the NCUA. Additional share insurance provided by ESI. Not a member? Join today.
From Westchester to Doylestown, from Drexel Hill to Lansdale to Philly, we all look out for each other, stepping up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong.
Yep,
Deeply
so
rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. Enroll at IBX.com by January 31st.
it's always nice to be out and
My name
about,
is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. I
no
have
matter what the weather
never
is.
thought in a million years.
There's something about being outside that just fills your soul.
With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds. Apply
I
in
hope
minutes,
everybody's
and get
having a
same-day
nice
coverage,
day.
No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com.
We're going to go down to
/term.
Center
That's
City, Philadelphia.
ethos.com/term.
I've been on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I love
Yep,
them,
yep,
but I'm
yep,
worried
yep,
about
yep,
my
yep,
stomach
yep, yep.
issues.
Oh,
If you're worried about
shoot.
having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily
Shoot,
stool,
shoot, shoot,
it may
shoot.
not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With
It's a
EPI, the
beautiful-
pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food. But EPI is
It's
manageable.
8
Use the symptom
a.m.
checker on
Sunday morning in
identifyepi.com
Philadelphia.
And talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of adults, both men and women, suffer
I
from
really
varicose
appreciate
or spider
everybody
vein.
that
And this is
tunes
not
in.
just a cosmetic problem. If left untreated, varicose veins can lead to severe swelling, cramping, heavy bleeding, the inability to stand or walk.
I'm just not sure that
permanent
my
paralysis,
Sunday
and worst case, blood clots,
morning
which can
lives
be life-threatening. But here's the good news. USA
are of
Vein
interest
Clinic
to
offer
you
plans
all.
that treat and cure the condition, not
So
just
I
cover
might
up the problem. And the
discontinue
procedure is
this.
fast
I'll
and
still
simple. Grab your
post
phone, take down this number and call 800-452-0246.
things of interest as I do.
800-452-0246. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the
But
fullest again.
for
Walk, exercise,
lives, they're
sleep
not
well.
that
Your varicose
popular.
vein problems will not go away on their own. Call USA Vein Clinics today for
So
free
this might be
information
the
on
last
fast
live I
solutions
do,
covered by most insurance,
unless
including
it's
Medicare.
something
Call 800-452-0246.
like
That's 800-452-0246.
special event related.
Call 800-452-0246.
If I see something that's going on in this crazy country that
No payments for 2 years with
is
Windows
happening, and at the moment I'll go live, or if I'm at a special event, I'll go live. But my Sunday morning lives, I will probably discontinue after this one.
Yesterday, more snow falling. Today, we'll have a live report. In Mullica Hills, Washington County, an SUV rams into a house, leaving the 2 people in the vehicle dead.
Let me know how you feel about
1,500
that.
active duty Army troops on standby.
Is this
They're needed in
interesting to
Minneapolis
you?
where ice protests continue in the
Let me
freezing
know
cold.
before you
Working
sign
baseball,
off.
There's 6 in a row, and the Sixers are off until tomorrow night. And 2 more NFL playoff games today after Denver and Seattle advanced yesterday. But we have a mix of snow and rain here in Center City, 33 degrees, climbing to 36, and that snow off and on all day long. And good morning.
I'm Kirk Dorn on this Sunday, January 18th, and our top story at 8:01.
Depend on KYW News Radio for up-to-the-minute weather information. Sponsored by O'Donnell Roofing.
Now the snowy weekend continues. We're expecting up to another 3 inches through most of the area today. It'll be mainly rain,
that's
though,
what I
in South
thought.
Jersey. KYW Sheridan Howard is out on the roads in
People
Chestnut
are not
Hill at
interested
this
in my
point.
snowy
Sheridan
driving
White
day.
Sheridan, sure, it's pretty out there.
It is gorgeous. I tell you, Philadelphia sure is a
Hello,
beautiful
hello.
town. So I am heading
Yes,
on
I
one of
think
the
I'm going to
most well-known
discontinue
arteries,
my
Germantown
Sunday
Avenue.
morning
That's how I got
lives.
from Germantown to
I guess
Chestnut
it's
Hill.
just not that
And along the way, of
interesting.
course, everyone knows these,
I don't
if you're
know.
from the area, you know these trolley tracks are a little dangerous. And by little dangerous, I mean they trip everybody up. Whether you're walking, whether you're driving or riding a bike. Now today, on a day like this, with the snow covering just a little bit, it comes down quite hard. But you look at the roads and it's a tad misleading because you think, oh, it's not sticking. But then
And I
you
do
get in the
appreciate
car
you
and you're
stopping
flipping
in.
around, not only on the roads, but on the trolley tracks. So please be careful out here. Make sure that you're taking it easy. You're taking it slow. Of course, people are heading to church right now.
If you have any
people are
questions,
creeping
I'll
along
read
now.
them when I
Of course, there's some
can.
advice here from Chris Johnson at PennDOT. And you can tell these roads have been out here working. These crews have been working on these roads. And she has a little bit of advice. For our crew's safety, they want to make sure their families safe as well. And for your own safety, motorists should never attempt to pass a truck when it's plowing or spreading clear material. We are asking drivers to stay at least 10 car lengths behind an operating plow. So keep your distance. I have run into quite a few work trucks out here, and they're trying to do their job. So if you can, go very slowly, put them cool aside. You know, think about everybody. Everybody wants to get home, you know, Kirk?
Yeah, I'm driving on those trolley tracks. You're right. That's a disaster, especially in this kind of weather.
Oh, perfect storm, pun intended.
Okay. KYW Sheridan Howard live for us there in beautiful Chestnut Hill. All right, going to get more on this coverage with traffic and weather together. Let's get right over to the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Scott Hope's been watching these roads all morning long. Morning, Scott.
Good morning, Kirk. Yeah, the roads are pretty treacherous out there, especially in those far northwest suburbs. 422, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, the 30 bypass, and the Northeast Extension are where we are seeing the worst of it right now. Brand new crash, though, just into the traffic center. I want to get this one first. 95 northbound before Woodhaven. It's a crash on the right shoulder. Car kind of spun out, and they're up by the off-ramp to Woodhaven, but there's debris further back in the center lane that everyone's kind of having to slow down and swerve around. So again, you want to keep those speeds down if you're out on the area majors. They did lower the speeds on all of the area majors, even those ones out, like the bypass, 202, 422 out in the suburbs to 45 miles an hour. So you want to keep that warning and slow down. 30 bypass westbound between 340 and Reeseville Road, a crash takes out the right lane. 422 eastbound, there's a crash there past Oaks, taking out a shoulder or a lane there. 322 both ways near Folk Road down in Garnet Valley, Delaware County, seeing some pretty slow traffic on the eastbound side. Might even be shut down there. The westbound side heavy as well as you come near that accident scene eastbound after you get past Matson Road. Looks like that's where you run into the problem. Pennsylvania Turnpike westbound past Morgantown, a crash completely closed and shut down. Has been for over an hour now. On the eastbound side between Morgantown and Downingtown, a crash taking out the right lane. Now, we were speaking about the Northeast Extension. Been talking about that all morning because it has been a problem. Northbound between Quakertown and the Lehigh Valley interchange, a crash taking out the right lane. And that's the problems out in the far Montgomery County suburbs, Garyville Pike and Finland Road and Upper Hanover Township, a crash there. And then a little bit closer, Cathcart Road and Morris Road in Whitbane Township, a crash there as well. Up and over your Delaware River bridges, you were problem-free. Over in South Jersey, like we mentioned, mostly rain. And in the city, mostly slick conditions out on the roads. No snow-covered roads, so 95 in the Schuylkill and the Vine looking pretty good. The Blue Route looking good for the most part. But over in South Jersey, New Jersey Turnpike northbound before interchange 6, a crash taking out the outer lanes, the left lane there. Admiral Wilson Boulevard still hanging on with this one, westbound before Baird Boulevard, down wires in the right lane. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement 24-hour traffic center, making life better in Philly, one roof at a time. TrustPJ.com. I'm Scott Hope.
All right, Scott, thank you for that. Now we got to check in with that all-important AccuWeather forecast. It was snowing. Now it's a mix of snow and rain here in Center City. Let's check in live with AccuWeather meteorologist Tyler Royce for the later morning, Tyler.
Morning, Kirk. Yeah, so that snow has started to change over from the rain in Center City, but you go down to South Jersey and Delaware, we'll start there. It's going to rain for the next few hours. You're probably wondering, where's the snow? That will happen later this afternoon. Those locations that are Center City and in more in Pennsylvania, snow will start to taper off a little bit, probably late morning, early afternoon, before it redevelops again, moves in for the mid to late afternoon hours into the evening hours. Going to look about a total of 1 to 3 inches again, as we talk about the high going to about 36 in Center City. Later tonight, once the snow ends, go down to a low of 21. Tomorrow, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we'll see the sunshine return. It's going to be breezy in the afternoon. It's going to get up to a high of 38. But as we go into Tuesday, it is going to be a little bit colder. Plenty of sunshine. Make sure you bundle up. High 26. But as we go back to Wednesday, we're going to be on this roller coaster of temperatures. We're going to see a high of 38 with more clouds than sun around. And then to round out the next 5 days, Thursday is going to be mostly cloudy. Could see a rain or snow shower. High 41. Back to you, Kirk.
All right, Tyler, thank you for that. Meteorologist Tyler Ross. Right now, 33 degrees and a mix of light rain and snow here in Center City. Colder, though, in the suburbs. 2 people have been killed after their SUV drove into the side of a house in Mullica Hill, Gloucester County. Harrison Township Police tell NBC 10 this happened around 6:30 last night on Banff Drive, not far from High Street and Route 45. The car rammed into the living room on the first floor of the house. Police say this caused the house to catch fire. Flames were quickly put out. The man and the woman inside the vehicle died. Unfortunately, none of the family members inside the house were injured. Investigators believe this fatal crash was an accident. The Trump administration says about 1,500 active duty soldiers have been put on standby for a potential deployment to Minneapolis in the wake of protests there. This comes after Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said he's mobilizing the state's National Guard to help law enforcement, and he's once again urging protesters there this week to remain peaceful. Matt Rivers has more on this from Minneapolis.
Multiple officials telling ABC News at least 6 federal prosecutors in Minnesota have resigned over concerns that the federal probe of the death of the 37-year-old mother of 3 is focused less on the actions of the shooter, ICE officer Jonathan Ross, and more on Good, her widow, and her possible ties to activist groups. Despite frigid conditions on Saturday, hundreds of happy place.
But when my
Like
kitchen was
that.
looking less than joyful, I
More
knew it was
love.
time for a refresh.
See,
So
I
turned to
lost my
Certico
people
Painter.
when I
Free estimates, reliable communication,
lost
and
connection.
professional service,
Oh,
all at the
man.
right price.
That
They're the
is
reason they have
awful.
over 70,000 five-star reviews. From the very first call, I knew
It's always
I was
in
good
this section of the
hands.
city. I lose my connection. I don't know why. Must be some
Visit Certico.com.
something going on
Each local Certico
around here.
business is independently owned and operated.
makes you lose your connection. But I'm grateful if you hung in there. I am so grateful for you hanging in. I hope everybody has a good day. I think these lives are popular, so this might be my last Sunday live. I'll just do lives when there's something of interest, you know. Some interest of something interesting. But my driving lives, I think I will discontinue. Unless I get 3 people that say, continue to do your Sunday lives. I only need 3. Anybody want me to do Sunday lives? I'll discontinue it. 3 people need to say, yes, continue.
Get more tips at ready.gov/start. Brought to you by Viva and the Ad Council.
Or no, just do it as something interesting comes up.
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist.
How's everybody doing? I really appreciate you being here on this Sunday morning. I really do.
It's 8:12. Coming up, Larry Kane shares his thoughts on the Eagles bowing out early from the playoffs. Get Larry's thoughts right after traffic and weather on the twos. This is a sponsored by Pathways at Warrington. And here's Scott in the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center.
Well, all right, Kirk, so we got a number of problems out on the roads. 202 northbound between 252 and 452, or 422, excuse me. This is brand new into the traffic center. Spin-out crash now taking out the right lane. Staying out in the suburbs, 422 eastbound past Oaks, we got a crash there. And on the 30 bypass westbound between 340 and Reesville Road, a crash taking out the right lane. Down in Delaware County, 322 both ways near Folk Road, we have a crash there. Looks like mostly a problem on the eastbound side. Some delays on the westbound side. This might even be closest on the eastbound side at Massive Road, so we're taking a look into that. The Pennsylvania Turnpike eastbound earlier crash between Morgantown and Downingtown is cleared. The westbound past Morgantown remains shut down due to a crash. On the northbound side of the northeast extension between Quakertown and Lehigh Valley, still watching a crash in the right lane. Snowy conditions mostly causing problems out in the suburbs, 30 bypass, Turnpike, northeast extension, 422. So have some extra time, even 202, to your travel this morning if you are in those northwest suburbs. That's where we're seeing the worst of it. They reduced the speed limit on all the majors, Pennsylvania 45 and down in Delaware into 55. The Pathways Project provides extraordinary personal care and memory care for their residents. They're also now offering 2-week and 4-week forensic care stays. For more information, call 215-594-PATH for a private tour today. Next up, 8 and 10. I'm
Scott, thank you. The Exit forecast now staying ahead for the rest of the day is sponsored by Roto-Rooter. And here's meteorologist Leroy Gordon.
Second half of the weekend brings the second of two winter storms as well, and expect plenty of clouds today, but snow and flurries at times. Let's reflect spots to develop with a high getting to 35 in the city. Snow ends early this evening, average 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, and the skies are to clear a bit with a low of 21. That'll be a rather sunny day for tomorrow, MLK Day. A breeze develops in the afternoon ahead of a cold front with a high of 38 tomorrow, giving way to a much colder day for Tuesday. Rather dusty day as well, despite lots of sun, high 26. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist LaTroy Gordon.
A mix of light rain and snow right now here in Center City. The road outside our studio is just wet right now. It's flying to 36 later on with that stuff.
Our experts are ready 24/7 to tackle any issue, big or small. For fast, reliable service, trust Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup. Call 1-800-GET-ROTO or visit rotorooter.com.
Check back 2, 3, 4 times a day on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
Here are 3 things to know at 8:15 this Sunday morning. Pennsylvania using this radon awareness month to remind homeowners to get their radon levels checked if they haven't done so before. Researchers at Rutgers say foster care is a good option for protecting a youth shelter, but it should not necessarily be the first option. And recapping our top story, AccuWeather Solar Crystal Range and snow today. Roads have all weekend. Treating the roads, keep them safe if you see them on the road. That's all ahead in the next 15 minutes. Good morning. I'm Kirk Dorn. David Ash is at the editor's desk along with Logan Turkey. Experts believe Pennsylvania has some of the highest radon in the country, and the state is urging residents to test their homes for the odorless invisible gas. KYW's Conrad Barkon has more on this.
January is National Radon Action Month. The gas can pose serious health risks over time, but there will be no immediate signals if you're breathing it in.
The health risk associated with radon is a low-dose, long-term exposure.
Steve Weiler with the Radon Division of the Department of Environmental Protection says it's important to shed light on radon awareness since the effects are not immediately apparent.
You can't see it, smell it, or taste it, so then it kind of falls to the bottom of your list of things to do.
Research shows exposure to more than 4 picocuries per liter over a lifetime increases the likelihood of developing lung cancer. DEP is encouraging homeowners to purchase a radon test kit. Be sure to read the instructions because there is a waiting period involved.
Some kits are 2 to 4 days early, 2 to 7.
If the results come back elevated, the next step is to have a mediator install a radon mitigation system with sustained estimates to cost between $800 and $1,200. Connor Barkon, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
The KYW Simple Radio Medical Report with Dr. Brian McDonald.
Sponsored exclusively by Independent Food Shop.
And Dr. Brian says that this study takes a close look at effective ways to prevent child abuse.
It is estimated that more than 2,000 children die every year as a result of use in their homes. option. Researchers from Rutgers examined over 3 million records, and they found that while false verification
Well, I'm nearing my destination,
officials should not jump to foster care is the only option. The researchers
so I'm going to be ending this live.
Nicholas follow-up were provided to at-risk families.
I don't think I got
Abuse were avoided.
enough people interested in Sunday morning lives. So unless there's an interesting thing to go live for, I'm going to be discontinuing my lives. I really appreciate the people that came in. And yes, if something's interesting comes up, I will go live. But I'm not going to do Sunday morning lives anymore because it doesn't seem to interest enough people. But I do really appreciate you being here. And I hope you have a nice day. Bye, y'all.
Receiver A.J. Brown erupted in a face-to-face shout-out